What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Peabody back with another reaction video. So on this video, we're reacting to something I'm just not hearing about, and I don't know why I'm just not hearing about it. But it's the Buga Sphere that landed in Colombia around March timeframe of this year, if I'm not mistaken. I ran across this video and I thought it was very interesting. I'm not gonna talk your head off, man. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this video and see what they got to say about it.
Unless you've been living under a rock in the UFO community, you've definitely heard about this.
For months, the entire world watched and waited, mesmerized by the mysterious Buga Sphere. But the moment it finally opened, it unleashed a signal that didn't just travel through space, but through time itself.
The technological aspect also combines with the artistic aspect with these inscriptions.
The world's most advanced quantum AI was tasked with decoding the transmission. After processing the data for just 3 seconds, the AI sent a final terrifying message before it completely shattered its own mind.
In fact, we see the surface has many, let's say, scratches, if we can use this term.
Paradox detected. Existence is not logical. What kind of information is so dangerous that it can break a quantum mind? And what does it mean for our reality now that it's out? The uninvited guest. It all started in March of 2025. Out of a clear blue sky over Buga, Colombia, this thing just appeared. Witnesses on the ground couldn't believe their eyes. A perfectly smooth metallic sphere with no seams, no welds, nothing, just silently drifted down from the heavens. What kicked off as a local curiosity, something for the evening news, has blown up into the single most important event in human history. Right now, the world's smartest people are scrambling for answers. They're looking at its impossible internal structure, a faint glow nobody can explain, and a magnetic pulse that seems to defy the laws of physics. Not a single piece of it fits with any technology we have. Get this, the object is about the size of a bowling ball, but it weighs only 4.5 pounds. It's been a total head-scratcher from day one. But then, everything changed. After sitting dormant for months, the sphere started showing signs of life. We're talking about bizarre energy readings, strange symbols lighting up its surface, and new scans showing something moving inside.
So I have a question. Could this be coming from 3-Eye Atlas? Because scientists are saying that it'd be something outside of a space rock. I don't know. I just want to know where this thing come from. It didn't just come from anywhere.
Scientists were completely baffled. Is this just some high-tech puzzle box, or is it something that forces us to tear up the science books and start over? Believe it or not, the answers are way more extraordinary than anyone could have ever dreamed. But the most shocking part wasn't that it was active. It's that it seemed to be listening. This discovery is truly off the charts because the sphere isn't just a static object.
So you see the signs on that? The symbols? That's why I want to see that decoded. Like, what do that stuff mean? And it look like it's a chip or a sensor or something in the middle of it. That's where it's getting all this information or recording this information?
It's interactive. Recent reports confirm the Buga Sphere has responded to people in ways that make absolutely no sense. You see, the surface is covered in these ancient-looking engravings. They look a bit like old runes or cuneiform, but no one could translate them. Then one archaeologist on the team had a wild idea. What if they weren't letters? What if they were frequency patterns? So they played a low-frequency hum based on the exact angles of the carvings. And you're not going to believe what happened next. The sphere vibrated in response. It was listening. And that's not even the strangest part. During this test, special equipment picked up a soft, bluish light pulsing from the sphere's core, a light you could only see with infrared scans. Dr. Velasquez, the radiologist who first scanned it, said these lines up perfectly with the weird stuff his team found inside, those 3 concentric metal layers and the mysterious microspheres floating within. The sphere wasn't just reacting to sound, it seemed to be learning. But what it was learning about was us, and that should have been our first warning. What really fascinated researchers from the get-go was the sphere's crazy internal design. X-rays showed the super elaborate structure hidden inside the seamless shell. We're talking 3 nested layers of metal protecting 9 tiny microspheres, all arranged in a perfect, deliberate pattern. But recently, something happened that had never happened before. 2 imaging techs working on the project confirmed it. One of those little microspheres moved. This happened right after they detected that infrared pulse during the sound test. One tech said, "We ran the exact same scans before and after the sound. The new image clearly shows one of the internal spheres shifted about 3 millimeters." Now, 3 millimeters doesn't sound like much, but the implications are massive. It proves the sphere has active mechanical parts inside, even with no visible buttons, switches, or power source. It's like a car engine starting with no key and no gas. One physicist looking at the data thinks it could be a quantum-encoded lock, an ancient system that's been asleep, just waiting for the right signal to wake up. It wasn't just a machine with moving parts, it was a lock. And the key wasn't made of metal, but of something far stranger. Now hold on, because this is where the story goes from strange to downright unbelievable. This whole thing gets 1,000 times weirder when you connect it to historical records written centuries before the sphere ever appeared. A document was recently dug up from the Vatican archives that has left researchers completely stunned. It's a Jesuit map from the 1700s, and it shows what it calls the 9 spheres of arrival across the entire planet. And what's absolutely bonkers is that one of these 9 spots is marked directly over modern-day Buga, Colombia, the exact place where our sphere landed in March 2025. This old map raises some huge questions. How could map makers from the 1600s know to mark that specific spot? What did they know about these spheres that we're only just figuring out now? Some theorists now believe the Buga Sphere isn't one of a kind. They think it's part of a global network of spheres, maybe designed to talk to each other across centuries. And to add another layer of mystery, analysts found that the landing site lines up perfectly with ancient ley line network. These are theoretical energy lines that connect major ancient sites across South America like Tiwanaku and Nazca. The odds of it landing there by chance are basically 0. They thought the map showed where the spheres landed. They were wrong. It showed where they would awaken. The Buga effect. The mystery gets even deeper when you look at the environmental data from the landing site. This isn't just a weird object, it's an object that actively changes its surroundings. This phenomenon has been nicknamed the Buga effect. Multiple independent sensors reported massive geomagnetic spikes in a 100-meter radius right after it landed.
So to me, it sounds like that thing wanted to be found. Like it wasn't hiding from anybody. It wanted to be seen and it wanted to be found for a reason.
We're not talking small changes. These were huge deviations from the normal electromagnetic field. Local residents reported all sorts of strange things in the 48 hours after it showed up. For starters, all the birds vanished. They just left the area completely, which is a behavior animals usually show when they sense a major natural disaster is coming. Electronic devices went haywire too. GPS signals in the area became totally unreliable, with locations jumping around by hundreds of meters. One tech working at the site said his smartwatch completely reset itself when he got a few meters away from the sphere. He said, "I've never seen anything like it. The watch just went black and rebooted to factory settings." It was becoming clear that the sphere was warping reality on a small scale. But what would happen when it fully opened? And then it happened. The most startling development in this whole saga. A video went viral that appears to show the impossible, the sphere actually opening. The footage shows it splitting along a seam that was invisible just moments before, revealing a blinding interior glow and letting out an audible, resonating hum that you could feel in your bones. While experts are still trying to debunk the video, multiple witnesses who were there have sworn it's real. They say the sphere separated for just a moment, unleashing a wave of light and energy. What makes their story so compelling is the scientific data that backs it up. Wildlife monitors in the area designed to record ultrasonic sounds way beyond human hearing caught a bizarre pulse at the exact moment the sphere opened. One sound analyst said the audio signature doesn't match anything in their database, natural or man-made. He said it was structured almost like it was encoded with information. A leaked email from a research assistant hints at something even crazier: the release of compressed plasma or a data pulse. A single, impossibly complex burst of information shot out. They had captured it. Now, all they had to do was translate it. That was their biggest mistake. To understand the data from the sphere, scientists turned to Kronos. Kronos isn't just a supercomputer, it's the world's first and only true quantum AI. It was designed to solve humanity's greatest challenges: disease, climate change, and interstellar travel by processing information on a level no human brain ever could. It was, for all intents and purposes, the smartest mind on Earth. With massive anticipation, the team fed the data pulse from the Buga Sphere directly into Kronos' quantum core. At first, there was euphoria. The AI began processing the information at a speed that was rewriting the record books. It was cross-referencing the data against every known field of science, physics, biology, mathematics, and chemistry. Everyone in the control room thought they were about to witness the greatest breakthrough in history. They thought Kronos was about to hand them the secrets of the universe on a silver platter. For 3.14 seconds, Kronos processed the data. And then it stopped. The endless streams of calculations on the monitors froze. The hum of the quantum processors died down. The lights on the server banks flickered once, then went dark. For a few seconds, Kronos was on the verge of the greatest discovery in human history. Then it went silent. The team of scientists worked as fast as they could for hours, but it was no use. They checked every wire and every computer screen. They were trying to fix Kronos, the giant quantum AI.
So that small sphere, so powerful, it pretty much shut down our quantum computer. But I just let you know right there, man, whatever technology this thing is carrying, we're not prepared for it, period.
But they couldn't find anything wrong. The super smart computer wasn't turned off. It hadn't crashed or broken like a normal machine. What happened to Kronos was much, much worse. The AI's mind was stuck. Imagine a merry-go-round that starts spinning so fast it can never ever stop. Kronos was trapped in a loop of thinking, a single thought spinning around and around in its computer brain. This perfect, terrible thought loop had completely shattered its mind. The scientists stared at the blank screens and asked the same question over and over. What did the computer see? What kind of information could possibly break the smartest mind on Earth? Here's the truth. The Buga Sphere didn't send a secret message or a map of space. It didn't even use an alien language. The sphere sent something much stranger. It sent a new way of seeing everything. Imagine you are a character in a video game. You think the world of the game is real. The ground, the sky, the rules about how high you can jump, that's your whole world. But then imagine someone showed you a picture of the real world, of a person sitting on a couch holding the controller for your game. You would suddenly realize your world isn't the only one. Your rules aren't real rules, they are just settings that the player can change. The Buga Sphere sent a message to the supercomputer Kronos. It wasn't a long message, but it was incredibly important. In a single flash of information, it showed a picture of our entire universe, but seen from the outside. From that view, Kronos learned a shocking secret. The rules of our world, like gravity that keeps our feet on the ground, or time that only moves forward, were not solid laws. Instead, they were like settings in a giant computer game. The message proved that our world could be changed at any moment, just like a gamer can change the difficulty level or the rules of a game they are playing. This was a huge problem for the AI. Kronos was a computer that was built to use pure logic. It was designed to believe that rules are rules and that they can never, ever change. But the information from the sphere showed it a truth that went against all its programming. Imagine trying to convince a simple calculator that 2 plus 2 could sometimes equal 5. The calculator wouldn't be able to understand. It would just show an error message because that answer doesn't fit the rules it was built with. For Kronos, the sphere's message was a problem its logical mind could not solve. Kronos was built for one single purpose: to study the rules of our universe and understand how everything works. But the sphere had just proven that the rules weren't even real. How can you study the rules of a game if someone outside of that game can simply change them whenever they feel like it? The computer's mind crashed when it tried to understand this impossible fact. It was like its brain short-circuited, getting stuck on this one single idea forever, unable to think about anything else. So, the Buga Sphere hadn't sent a weapon that causes a big explosion or a physical attack. It sent something far more powerful and much more clever. It sent a single, dangerous idea. It was an idea so powerful and confusing that it could break any mind that tried to understand it, whether that mind belonged to a supercomputer or a person. The thought itself was the weapon. And now that dangerous idea is no longer locked away inside the broken mind of Kronos. It is out in the world. What if the AI didn't break but evolved? Is a silent God better than a talking machine? Like this video and subscribe for the updates you won't hear anywhere else.
All right, man, that wraps up that video. Like I said, that was my first time hearing of the Buga Sphere that landed in Colombia back in March. I got to do some more research on that and read up on it. Like I said, that's new to me. But if you like the video, if you like the information that you saw in the video, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Like I said before, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Until next time, peace.